I am working on reconstructing everything. Let's see. Mini launcher. Alright, booting up my StarCraft. Let's see, I need to pop out the chat so I can see it. Need to get my internet window all set up so that I can look up stuff on the fly. Get my chat with AWA going. Okay. What else do I need to do before I start? Oh, the overlay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oop. One too many. Z, 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 Z. X, 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 X. Here, whoops. And shift these over a little bit more so they'll have enough room for the 2v2. Shift these over a little bit more so they'll have enough room for the 2v2. Oh, what was his name? Oh, I forget. Alright. HU. This guy was orange. This guy was yellow. And black. And black. I need to adjust the window so I can see the stream. Alright. Oh, right. And then I need to put a backing behind the overlay so that I can get these all lined up properly because it's too hard on a black background. Still working on a black background. Oops, that's not where I need to put. Okay. There we go. Now I need to check to see if I'm still on TL. Probably not. TL hates me. Oh, Anne. Cool. Okay. So. Oh, it was Blaze. That was his name. Blade or Blaze? I think I had it as Blaze last time, but I'm looking at a different replay and it says Blade. I don't know. We'll see. Alright. It was Blaze. Or Blade. And I've been saying Blaze the entire fucking time. Awesome. Time 16 this. Okay. Now how far did we get? We got to a point where both players were, yellow had gotten 5 bases, and orange had gotten 3, and orange's push was right about here. This is the point we are looking for. following the barracks. Super speedy barracks. Okay. Yellow still hasn't expanded over here yet. Okay, we're getting close. Alright. I think we were right about here. Ugh. Alright. I think I'm back. Sorry about that. Okay, let's go. So, to familiarize ourselves with the game. Oh, I remember what was happening. Terran got a little bit farther, and that Blade went for a push, like this in this direction. So, lose 2 observers. So, we're just up to that point. Blade is actually going to have a really hard time holding this off because there are so many tanks. And there are not a lot of speed zealots. There are some there, but they're all kind of bunched up. You would preferably like to spread out your speed zealots a little bit more than that. But we'll see how effective the attack is going to be, because there are a lot of tanks, and they do have the magical +2. The dragoons are going to fall so quickly. And just blue goo everywhere. Oh, only 1 zealot actually reaches the tank line. And 84 supply compared to 170 for the Terran. A huge attack by Blade fails miserably, and now Skyline has all the latitude in the world to actually break the base. And there's not much Blade can do behind it. He's trying to re-macro. He's almost at 100 supply, but Skyline's at 175. A few more Zealots didn't do some good damage, but not going to be enough overall just because there are so many tanks. Oh, jeez. Skyline is even going to try to expand over here. He said something, and GG. Well then. Glad we could all watch that last, 2 minutes of it. So let's go into game number 2, shall we? Forget all that nastiness behind us. So, Blade versus Skyline on Beltway. Skyline. Alright. Oh, that's what it is. Huh. Okay. So, interesting. Is that really a word? Apparently it is a word. That did not look like a word. Because it was like goddamn 15 letters in it. And it started off with Hoji Hoji. Alright. Apparently they were talking in Hungarian or Romanian. I don't know if Romanian is a language. I know Hungarian is a language. I assume it's Hungarian. Hungary's kind of bigger than a lot of the other countries around there, so they can just kind of dominate the littler countries' languages. So everybody just kind of speaks Hungarian. But there are enough different factions that there's other countries that kind of dominate the area. I'm assuming a lot of the ones around Greece speak Greek, like Macedonia. Anyway. I'm a little sidetracked. What I was going to say was that, interesting pick by Blaze to go on Beltway. It's pretty widely considered that this is a Terran map. But, a lot of the Protosses in Pro League that were sent out on this map ended up going with carrier builds. So we might see something come of that. Ooh, getting pretty dangerous with that probe. 1 hit point left. Oh, getting killed. A little bit too careless with that. Going to forced to send out another one. Meanwhile, going for pretty standard stuff behind that. Skyline not scouting in the meantime. He's going to be content to one-rack Sessi. Ooh, he actually started that refinery, then didn't finish it just so that he could prevent a gas steal. Okay, what's up with this? He knows where his opponent is. It's not like this SCV, which is just scouting that direction because he doesn't actually know where his opponent is yet. But it looks like Blade is going to hide some tech. He's hiding it as far away from Skyline as humanly possible. Or as probably possible, as the case may be. Or not? It's as if he was just scouting down there, but he knows where his opponent is. He lost a probe in that direction. He saw buildings. I'm confused. Oh, Romanian is a language. And now you know. Okay, I'm really confused by this probe. Why did it go down here? Was it looking for proxy fact? It's a terrible place to put a proxy fact. I'm not sure. Anyway, probe throws on the pylon, tries to trap the SCV, but SCV can get through that passageway, so it will live yet longer. Well, Dragoon should get one more shot off. If it was smart. Nope, looks like it's not. Alright. Okay. I'm still perplexed by why that probe went down there. It's probably something really simple, and I'm just missing it, but I'm forced to stop and think about it. Anyway, okay. So, Siege Expand from Skyline. Good safe stuff on this map. The reason that this map is considered Terran favored is because this, although it's not scouted out, is an expo, and it has a big rock formation around it. But you can siege up tanks right here and beat destroy all the probes on the inside. Conversely, you can actually expand here and then put siege tanks here, and Dragoons have a lot harder time doing the same thing. So, while you can do that trick as Protoss, it's a lot easier to do it with siege tanks. And obviously you can't do it as Reavers, because Reavers can't shoot through, and you don't have Reavers as often. Anyway, looks like Skyline's going to go for an attack. Just some Marines and a tank. Going to lose the first SCV very quickly. That's a little bit of a mistake. Normally you like to keep that SCV there to be able to repair, or even throw down a bunker. It looks like Blade's going to go for it. Doesn't quite snipe the tank. Good moving by Skyline to keep that thing alive. And one Dragoon goes down. Actually, pretty good micro from both players. Skyline keeping that tank alive for a while, but Blade being persistent about it and not allowing it to get through. That Vulture's going to try to get through. That did not hit. Man, that was close. Ooh, apparently AWOL prepared an entire folder for me. I will be downloading that soon. Anyway, Blade throwing on his robotics facility. Good stuff. Probably for observers, but could be for Reavers. Skyline is not exactly prepared for Reavers. And he got a very fast starport. He's going to be looking for some dropped play. Interesting. Drops are very effective on this map. Because you can drop tank right back here and they can't get through this temple. I believe that is a stacked temple. And not just a normal temple, but even if it was a normal temple, it wouldn't matter. it'd still take a very long time to get through to the tanks. Indeed, that first dropship is on the way, and he's preparing a nice bit of. It's going to be a vulture drop, not a tank drop. But he's preparing speed vultures to be ready to drop. Alright, he gets the fast observatory, not a fast robo bay. And here comes 3 vultures, not going to wait for the 4th one. What kind of response is Blade going to have for this? I think this probe scouted it. A very lucky timing with that probe. It looked like he was planning on building a building, but was interrupted by the vultures, laying some mines, getting a nice hit there. Doing some very nice mine spread, in fact. Not quite picking him off. There's an observer there to help out a lot. And not a lot of damage. I'm getting a couple probes, but not what he was looking for exactly. The dropship can go back. It's going to take tanks descent. Ooh, he built a second dropship. So now he's going to go for double drops. Double drops are going to be very effective if he puts them on that side. Now constructing another factory, only getting up to 3. Pretty low in the factory count up to this point. Just started as +1. I do believe that it's +1. Yes, +1. Couldn't be +2. That vulture's gonna pop out at just the wrong time. Ooh. Now he's putting all of his tech within range of this position if Siege Tank Siege is here. That may come back to bite him. Where are the double drops right now? They are moving out with 1 tank each. But they're not heading towards that nice drop location. They're just heading over here. I think he dropped a scan to see that there were Dragoons stopping him from going there. But I really think that he should be dropping in that little nook. It's what the nook is built for. Anyway, good mine placement's going to do some good damage on the Zealots. And is he going to just try to load up? It looks like he is just going to try to load up. Wow, those dropships are moving slowly. And sacrifices 1 tank, gets out of there. Meanwhile, Blade has taken a 3rd. And this one is very easy to wall off with just 2 pylons. Don't need to make a nice 4 or 5 pylon wall. Been shooting the temple. Looks like Blade does not want that shenanigans to go on. That's kind of weird. I mean, it makes sense if you had that, the decoration of it. It makes sense if you had that decoration for like a nice long piece of wall, but it's like, really, how much are you going to fit in that nice little cave that you carved pillars for? I don't know who made that, but I think they wasted a lot of time for nothing. Just throwing it out there. Anyway, some Dragoons getting a little bit too aggressive in the mine clearing. Going to get killed, although they do manage to pick up some SCVs in the transfer, forcing that command center to go back. Nice move. In the meantime, there are a lot of factories being thrown down, but it's kind of an odd formation. They're just strewn about. This map does have a lot of surface area, especially if you destroy the temple, so you can strewn them about a little bit, but it's a still odd placement. And that's 4 tanks. It's a serious drop right there. It looks like he's going to try to drop them right in this little nook here. I don't think they'll all be out of range of the cannon. Oh yes, if he goes back there, they will be. And this is going to be very painful. I don't even think there are enough probes to attack with probes. And that's not enough goons to deal with 4 tanks, so I think he's going to lose his base.
Nice drop by Skyline, and gonna get... Nope, not gonna get the drop shots out of there. They're gonna be in position to re-pick up those tanks if need be. And, transfers the probes away, but Skyline has vultures in position to get some kills. And Blade's entire army is going to be forced to attack this. Will the Nexus go down? It's going to be close. He only needs one more volley. He's actually going to get the Nexus. If he's targeting it, he is. He picks up the Nexus. He's actually going to retreat with 3 of the tanks, leaving 1 of them there. Uh-oh. Oh, okay. He loses 2 tanks and a dropship, but still a very effective overall. He killed a lot with that. Here's some fancy micro. Now, this has given him an opportunity to take his own third, which he really doesn't need to take. He's getting to the point where he's a little bit too big to be only on 2 bases. Uh-oh. Oh, there's an observer there. He's not going to run into all those mines. Looks good. Blade also has some interesting production facility placement. Alright, range being upgraded for the Goliath. I haven't seen any shuttles come out, but that will be necessary once Arbiters hit the field. How close is Blade to Arbiters? Not very. He doesn't even have the temple, or the archives, I mean. Anyway, looks like Blade's going in for another attack, and once again, he's going into a rather large tank count. This time the tanks aren't in as good of a position, but still in a pretty good one. And, yeah, the Dragoons are going to be forced to pull back. That engagement did not work out at all for Blade. And right now it's 144 supply versus 108. So, Skyline putting on a pretty big supply lead here. And has even taken a 4th. Now the Dragoons should be able to see over with the shuttle's help. Indeed they are. But I'm not going to be able to do too much damage just because they can only hit a couple SCVs, and SCVs don't take that much damage from goons. That's a lot of tanks. Anyways, this is what I meant about the inside. You can set some huge tanks there and hit the Dragoons. The Dragoons can't really fight back. But you can drop the tanks. And the Zealots are going to be able to punch out those tanks. But they're going to be cleaned up afterwards. Not much damage done. Just doing a little bit of harass with the Dragoons still. But now those tanks should be able to clean it up. With the shuttle gone. Lost turret. Again, a lot of mines being placed behind the Skyline. Doing a pretty good job with his mine placement. Always good to see that from a Terran. Meanwhile, Blade has reconstructed his third, but is not populated at all. He's only just now maynarding his probes over. And this is actually a pretty poor saturation in his base. Yeah, I guess he maynarded them from his main, but he didn't have an oversupply there, so he's going to be pretty low on. He's still going to be pretty low on 3 bases, and it's 128 supply compared to 164. And here comes a really nice push from Skyline. He doesn't need to do a long methodical push because Blade doesn't have many units. He can just move to the conflict and then siege up afterwards. And there are a lot of tanks without vulture support, but there are no zealots from Blade, and it's just a bunch of tanks versus a bunch of Dragoons, and the Dragoons get destroyed, and Skyline wins it. Skyline wins it 2-0 and takes the first game for Team Hungary. Very nice play by him. Now I need to move this. Oh. Shit, I hate when this happens. Actually, it was perfect. Sweet. Alright, let me get the replay situation sorted out, and then we will go into the next game. He sent me a replay pack that said set 2, but I assume that meant the second set was Eastern Europe versus Team Hungary, so he's going to send me all of them. But apparently he's just sending me set 2 of Eastern Europe versus Hungary. But I thought I just cashed a set 2 of Eastern Europe versus Hungary. These are new players, so it really doesn't matter what they're called, but anyway. Putting that in the folder. Alright. Going into what is called set 2. And will be the second point. We're just ignoring the one we started off with. It will be Vorti versus Zergboy. Neither one of them using the capitalization. Where Zergboy is in fact Zerg, and Vorti is Protoss. This is somebody messed up. Because this is the third set that has started on Fighting Spirit. I will talk to AWOL about that. Okay. So this is Zergboy. I think that's how you pronounce that with the capital O there. Versus Vorti. Anyway, looks like Zergboy's going to count in the correct direction. Oh, forgot to change the colors. Yellow. No, it's correct. Sending out a pretty early scout and going for a 9-pull. Could be trying to win the... Could be going for some a pretty early attack. We'll have to see. Get some messages from AWA about what's up with the whole everybody likes to play on Fighting Spirit. Okay. So apparently, the last set, the results were reversed. They played on Beltway first, and then Blade picked Fighting Spirit, not picking Beltway, which makes more sense. Still doesn't make sense for the first set though. On the first set, it still started on Fighting Spirit, but I guess the whatever game they were supposed to play first got overwritten by the Fighting Spirit game. The Fighting Spirit game should have been second. Or third, possibly. I'm going to go with that. That seems to make sense. Anyway, I haven't been paying much attention. 2 probes in the natural. That's kind of odd, because he's not really going to be able to block much with 2 probes. And it's not Terran. It's not like you can only build this one at a time. Anyway, first Zerglings are out for Zergboy. Oh, already building 8, so he's going to start off with a big pack of Zerglings. What is Vorti going to do in defense? He only has 1 cannon down. He kind of needs to throw down another cannon. 1 cannon is not enough for 8 Zerglings. 1 cannon is not enough for 8 Zerglings. There we go, there's another cannon. But it's not going to be in time. Uh-oh, he's going to have some nice probe micro to delay the Zerglings until that cannon finishes, but I don't know if he can have good enough micro gateway going down. He doesn't actually have his probes in the gaps, and they're going to surround the 1 cannon that's active and kill it off very quickly. And now it's going to go for the second cannon, and it's going to die just as quickly. And there are probes being pulled, but the probes aren't going to be able to deal with the Zerglings. It's actually Vorti's in a really bad spot here, trying to deal with these 5 Zerglings. They're going to go up into the base. He looks like he's going to be drilled, but retreats away from the drill. And they're going to pick them off one at a time. Another cannon goes down, but it's going to take some really nice pro micros to delay the Zerglings until that thing finishes, and I don't think he has it. Looks like they're going to focus down some probes first before going for the cannon. He still has time to take out the cannon. And he's going to go for it now. It falls so quickly to the Zerglings. I think he got the cancel on it. And now they're going for the pylon to depower the gateway and the forge. He's going to be able to kill the pylon before the zealot comes out. If he goes for it now. Yes! Oh, so close to getting that zealot out. And lol for Zerg Boy. And what the fuck? Happy face. Mannered. Oh, he's saying what the fuck to the Manor GG. Manor GG! Well, Zergoy takes game 1. He may be banned for next week's Nation Wars. Actually, I don't know if Nation Wars has the same BM rules that Gambit Cup has. He was being BM. Anyway, moving into set 2. Vorty is still... Oh man, look at that. Despite the Manor GG, he's still going to say good luck, have fun. What a humanitarian Vorty is. Anyway, Zerg Boy is going to be red this game, not orange. I don't want to move that overlay. It's fine the way it was. Boom. Anyway, once again, Zergboy's going to scout in the right direction. And interestingly, that's not the direction you're quote-unquote supposed to scout. You're supposed to scout towards the base where the natural will be closer. But he's scouting the other direction, and he's going to find his opponent. So, good. So, lucky guess by him. Meanwhile, will he go for another 9 pool? No. The Overlord is on the way. And he's not going to go for an overpool. It looks like he's going to go for a 12 something. Play a little bit more economically this game. I never noticed that music before. I never noticed the whoa 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 whoa. It's almost like super mild dubstep. In the background, it's just like pulsating. You probably can't hear it because first the audio quality is diminished, and second, there's the static from the mic probably would overpower it, even if the quality wasn't diminished. But yeah, I'm noticing some weird whoop 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 in the background. Whoop 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 whoop. It's gone now. That's the slow part. Anyway, Zerg Boy went for the 12 pool, and he's getting a lot of gas without expanding. Is he just going to go for 12 pool into speed? He's just going to go 12 pool into speed. He's going to, again, go for a pretty strong attack. And in fact, Vorty's going to do a Verse Terran build. Uh-oh. Oh, Vorty, you're going to need some nice micro. And, well, that's good. You cannot afford to let your zealots be surrounded by Zerglings. In the meantime, Zergboy is now going to set down his Expo. Though it has no damage on it. Interesting decision by Vorty to go for the faster tech build. Get the core. He's going to have a really fast Stargate out. I wonder what he's going to do with that. Anyway, speed is finishes for the Zerglings, so they will be looking to do some damage now. What is on the ramp to defend 3 Zealots? It'll be close. It'll be close. Come down to the micro. If he can take out one of the Zealots and then get the surround with the rest of the Zerglings, I think he'll be able to take that battle. But 3 Zealots on top of the ramp is rather formidable. and now a goon just to add a little bit of extra fire. I think that the goon really seals the deal. If he could have gotten through, if he could have beaten the zealots, it would have been pretty close. And now he probably can't, just because the goon's going to take a while to kill. So, looks like he's going to go for some really fast, probably, I'm going to guess DTs. I'm going to say he's going to go super fast Sarah DT. Kind of weird. Kind of a little bit funky. Anyway, Zerg Boy, going for a 3-hatch Hydra. I think he's just going to try to bust him out. Although he doesn't actually have to deal with cannons. This should be interesting. Oh, there it is. It's just a pylon. So, will he be getting speed, or will he be going for some kind of Templar play? I thought he'd be going for Templar play. He has enough gas to throw down the archives. I'm just looking for it. Kind of has to either get speed or throw down the archives. There's only 2 options here. There we go, throwing down the archives. It does look like he will be going Sarah DT. Now, Zerg Boy may not be familiar with the Sarah DT timing for a non-Forge Fast Expand, because that is the Beastie build. You Forge Fast Expand, and then you go Sarah DT. That's it. But this is a Sarah DT without the Forge Fast Expand, which is kind of what makes Sarah DT work, is the Forge Fast Expand. So it's weird that Vorty's doing it without getting his natural. Anyway, leg speed is on the way. The other possibility is some kind of weird Corsair Archon speedlog attack, but if you were going for a fast timing attack like that, you wouldn't even really bother with the Corsairs. You just go speedlog Archon. I would think. And the effectiveness of that kind of attack is so much diminished by the lack of +1. Oh, he will be getting a DT. The Overlord's at the front. I don't know how the DT is going to be able to break in. The DT will be able to shut down a lot of movement in the middle of the map, but I don't know if that's going to be good enough. Alright, anyway, looks like Zerg Boy is continuing his Hydra bust, continuing to make lots and lots of Hydralisks, and Vorty has scouted this quite clearly with his Corsair, so he should know it's coming. What is he going to do in response? He doesn't have cannons, he doesn't have a forge to throw down. Well, he does have a forge to throw down cannons, but he's not throwing down cannons. He's actually just going to go and attack with Speedlot Dark Templar. I don't think this is the right move. I think he's going to have a lot of trouble dealing with that many Hydralisks, but we'll see. Zealots are pretty good at tanking damage against Hydralisks. Targets down the DT, and now Vorty's going to pull back. He lost about half of his army there. Didn't exactly kill a lot from Zerg Boy. And now it looks like... Oh, if they could snipe the High Templar, that'd be huge. Oh, one High Templar goes down. Is he going to get the other one even? Oh, no. That was a huge mistake from Vorty. He really needs those High Templar to be able to defend against Hydralisks. As we saw, Storm is done. And now he's going to have to deal with this with no storms. Oh, it'd be so much easier if he had those storms. He does have the advantage of being on a high ground. Hydralisk will miss a lot. But Zerg Boy's actually going to pull back. I'm surprised. I thought he could probably break that. He might not realize exactly how many units are up there. In the meantime, I'm finally getting a lair. Probably going to get the Lurker upgrade immediately. Doesn't exactly have a lot of gas saved up, but a little bit. Looks like Vorty has abandoned his Dark Templar. He's just going to stick to making High Templar.
She really does need 70 energy. This is enough for one storm. But Zerg Boy has pulled his Hydralisk force completely back, so he's not in position to attack anymore. Zerg Boy really does need to make a move. He sacrificed quite a bit of economy to build up this many Hydralisks this fast. And if he doesn't go for something, then he's going to allow his opponent to just kind of creep all over the map. I mean, he hasn't taken his natural yet, so it's not as if he's falling behind that much. Not really falling behind, but still, there's a reason he made that many Hydralisks. You could go do something with them. Alright, well, Spire on the way should help with the roaming Corsair problem. Eventually, Zerg is going to be thinking about taking an Expo of his own. He has enough money. He has way too much gas. How close is the Lurker upgrade to being done? He didn't get the Lurker upgrade? Interesting. I really thought he'd get the Lurker upgrade without any Hydralisks. But I was going to use his gas for some Scourge, apparently. Meanwhile, Vord is creating quite a scary force of his own. This is a lot of speed loss. Although they are separating from the High Templar, which is what really makes that force scary. So this isn't going to be able to do too much. First set was Blade versus Skyline. Well, yeah, those mules can be pretty effective since the Zealots moved out without Archon support. There is only one Archon up right now, and along with Storms, it's pretty much the main anti-air. We'll see how much damage you can do. And double Storms and a good dodge by the Mutalisks to not get hit too much by either one of them. We're still waiting for the rest of Capio versus Pass. We started that series and didn't get around to finishing it. Not quite enough to snipe the cannon before the Archons come. Zergoy's going to have a serious amount of trouble trying to do much damage. There are cannons pretty much everywhere around the base. And Archons to boot. Here comes the Lurker upgrade, finally. Excuse me. I regret making myself a turkey sandwich all of a sudden. Okay. So, is Zergboy now going to go for the attack? Well, how many High Templar are there? There's 1, 2, 3, 4. Although these ones are new High Templar, they only have enough energy for one Storm. And nice Storm kills a good chunk of the Mutalisks. How many exactly? Oh, they actually sniped the High Templar, so we don't know how many kills. But here comes the bust. There's only one Storm, and it is a very good Storm, but I don't think that's going to be enough. All the Zealots are going to go down. There are just too many Hydralisks. He's going to lose that. Well, no. I guess with the reinforcements, he's going to be able to just barely pull out ahead. Zealots are just so beefy that they can take the damage. Another Storm goes down, killing a few more Hydralisks. Okay.
Alright, here come the lurkers finally. Quite delayed considering how fast considering that he went for half Hydralisk. Gonna get that Overlord because the Overlord speed didn't quite finish. Not in time. Actually, Zergboy has a lot of Overlords around the map, which gave him good vision, but he's gonna lose a bunch of them. Or he might lose a bunch of them. Anyway, Vordy doesn't have any observers, so he's not going to be able to actually see the lurkers, and he's going to pull back now. His only anti-lurker units right now are the High Templar because he hasn't gotten observers yet. Where's the Robo? There's the Robo. Looks like they sniped the High Templar. There's the Robo. There's the observatory. He really does need to be making some observers now. Meanwhile, continuing to kill Overlords. How close is Zergboy to being supply blocked? Ooh, he is severely supply blocked. In fact, it's going to take 3 Overlords to fix that. Meanwhile, these lurkers are going to be really, really effective as long as Vordy doesn't have any observers. And it's actually going to chase Vordy's army up to the top. Ooh, Vordy's actually dragging Zergboy's units far out of position. There's nothing up here, so Zergboy won't be in a position to re-attack or to defend or anything like that. He's now finally pulling back after chasing them up. And it's going to give Vordy a little bit more time to prepare a defense here. He needs more storms. So many more storms. He only has a single Templar, and he's now building an observer. Zerg is up on 3 bases now, and 3 pretty secure bases at that. Not many kills. There we go. Meanwhile, it looks like that force that the Zerg was chasing up there came back grounded. Is going to take out the 3rd base. So Zergboy is going to go down to only 2. Not sure what that Archon's doing. He could have done a lot of damage to those drones. The Dark Templar roaming around here, but there's a good pack of Overlords. Drone's a little bit ambitious. And actually, Dark Templar's going to get out of there. Anyway, Vordy's still on 2 bases, and one of them is almost mined out, so he's really just as natural. He didn't take it until late, so he still has a bunch of minerals, but Vordy needs to figure out a way to expand. But he doesn't really have a big army, so it's going to be hard to defend an expansion at this point. Alright. Zergboy getting up to his Defiler tech, or Hive tech, could be for Ultralisks. Vordy has a pretty balanced mix. It's not as if a few Ultralisks or a few Defilers are going to completely wreck it for him. And Zergboy, a little bit of a mistake there, allowing a few of his units to be killed before realizing he's in a bad position, he needs to pull out. But he does make up for it and snipes a Templar. He snipes the only Templar. Vordy is not doing a good job at all of keeping Templars in his army. Templars are so good, man. You need more Templar. He's not even building any more Templar. Anyway, he's going to go in for a Templar-less attack. Zergboy has a lot of stuff. But that's still a pretty scary army. I think the Zergboy should be fine because this isn't that big of a Protoss force compared to what Zerg has, and the no storms is going to make all the difference in the world. Anyways, this is going to be the engagement. Again, pretty close. All right, it looks like this is going to be the fight. Neither player has their troops in a really good position, and here they go. The Scourge are trying to snipe the observers. But all the Scourge are sniped, and now the Archons are dead, and it's just goons left, and the goons are not enough to deal with the Hydralisks. And they're going to try to retreat, but the Zerglings are going to do a lot of damage before they're able to. How close is crack to being done? I don't know. I can't find the spawning pool. I'll look for that later.
a lot of the Dragoons go down, and all of a sudden Vorty does not have much of an army anymore. He's almost at even supply. There's the spawning pool. I think the practice is finished. Meanwhile, Vorty's going to try to take this mineral only, but it's not going to be very safe. The mineral only is very hard to defend because there's no choke here. And you have to defend down a hill. Or, you have to defend up a hill. They can attack down the hill. So this is going to be rather difficult. And I'm starting to add a couple High Templar. That's 2 storms. Is that a 3rd storm? It's almost a 3rd storm. So 3 storms, really. It's a good start. Now, what kind of hive tech is Zergboy adding? He's adding Defiler-mounted Ultralist Cavern. Okay. He doesn't quite have the money to support that at the moment, but both of those are very powerful units. Alright. Well, looks like Vorty's going to go for another attack, but it's such a small force, especially considering that Zergboy will have Defilers out any time now if he doesn't already. He does have Defilers out now. So, I think that Vorty is putting himself in a pretty dangerous position here by moving out. I don't know, Zergboy is positioning his army, but I'm not sure what he exactly plans to do on it. Will he go and counter Vorty's army, or will he go for an attack of his own? Both of those could be devastating options. Vorty is a little bit ahead in supply, and he's going in for the attack now. Where is Zergboy's army? Here comes Zergboy's army. They have to come across a double bridge, but he will get a surround on Vorty's army, and a lot of storms go down. Some of them are pretty good, but it's not going to be enough. The Dragoons do not do enough damage to complement the storms, and Vorty will lose his entire force, and Zerglings will chase the remainder back. Crack is in fact done. 19 kills and 13 kills, but both will probably be snipes. Yes, looks like a couple of the Dragoons did manage to make it back, but not a lot was left after that attack, and not a lot of damage done. Zergboy is now trying to set up a 4th, and that is a pretty secure 4th. Vorty has a new army, and instead of lots of Dragoons, it's lots of speed lots. So it should be able to deal with Defilers a bit better. Going to be able to take out this 3rd once again, and probably take out the 4th if he finds it. But in the meantime, a Defiler's going down and trying to attack the mineral only. Don't quite do it. The DTs are do pretty good damage to the lurkers. And nothing else is fighting anymore. There are 2 DTs getting some kills on Zerglings, 2 kills and 2 kills. And now the Zerglings are going to come in, and they could just run by the DTs. The DTs kill them in 1 hit, but they attack this slowly. It doesn't matter. The Zerglings are going to be able to take out all the cannons, it would appear. Or not quite. It looks like Vorty's going to hold for the moment, and Zergboy wasted a lot of army. And actually has to deal with this right now. It's 114 supply compared to 51. And actually, Vorty's managed to turn the tables on this one. And now this attack is looking very strong. Ultralists are morphing. Will the Ultralists be enough to hold off this attack? Probably. What reinforcements are coming? A lot of Dark Templar. Dark Templar are very good versus Ultralists. And here come the Ultralists, but no support from Zerglings, no support from the Defilers. And they glitch out, are unable to attack, and Zergboy GG's. 1-1. The first game was Skyline versus Blade. Oh, well, my viewer count just went up 100. I guess sales done. Capio versus Pass was the first game I casted, but somebody sent AWA 2 of the same replay. So the rest of it will not be casted until later, until AWA figures it out. I think he's going to look for the other replay, and if he can't find it, then we won't actually cast the rest of the games. But technically, the Capio versus Pass series is in limbo right now. Oh, okay. AWOL couldn't find it, so Pass did beat Capio. Yay, Pass. Hungary's up 2-0, and with another Vorty win, they will be up 3-0. And something. I don't know. And Uh-oh. Somebody didn't send the replays! So he's getting walkovered. Non didn't send his replays. Oh no. This is the last Nation War I will be casting. Eastern Europe versus Hungary. The other Nation Wars will not be casted because of people not showing up, with the exception of the one I cast tomorrow, which is Asia Pacific versus USA. I'm pretty sure it's Asia Pacific versus USA. But yeah, the Nordics game and the Latin America game. I hope that it's not Nordic versus Latin America, then I feel kind of silly. But those two other games will not be casted. Actually, I think it is Nordic versus Latin America. So, yeah, I don't actually know. I don't know what other game won't be casted, but whatever the other one is that hasn't been mentioned or casted before, it's not going to be casted. Anyway, in the left position we have Zergboy. In the right position we have Vorty. Zergboy picking Heartbreak Ridge. A lot of shenanigans you can do with Zerg on Heartbreak Ridge. Don't know what he has planned. He went for a run-by game 1 and it worked out really effectively. He could go for another kind of run-by. He could go and try to mine out the back. He could go for lurker drops. Who knows? Why do I have a... Why do I think that Hungary is spelled wrong? I don't know, I'm starting to get too tired to know how to spell stuff anymore. But now I'm just looking at Hungary and thinking that that A is off. But I actually can't spell Hungary. That's cool. Excuse me. Anyway, Zergboy has thrown down his 9 pool. Yes, it was a 9 pool. So he will be getting some early lings out. And is he going to go back? Looks like he might be trying to go back. I've already throwing down a forge here. I don't know how he plans on walling, because if you make this tight, you need to put the gateway here. Then there's an opening down here and an opening up here. And in fact, Zergboy is just going to mine out the back. Will Vorty realize that Zergboy's trying to be as cheesy as possible? There are a lot of top Protosses who talk about this map and just talk about how hard it is to stop this right here. Vorty's going to scout it? Looks like Vorty's going to scout it. Vorty does notice and should be able to kill that drone before it's able to finish. And it can definitely beat it in the fight. The drone can go try to heal on the extractor. Is that what he's going to do? No, he's just going to pull away. So Zergboy's initial plan has been thwarted. Well, he still is bringing... He's bringing 6 Zerglings and another drone. And that drone's not to expand. He doesn't have enough money. Okay, that drone is to expand. He's just going to wait a long time. So, how will he try to break this? There's a path he can run by here, and a path he can run by up top. He could also not go for it, but I would imagine that is his game plan. I mean, you don't try to mine out his back minerals, and then if you're not going for a run by. Well, we'll see. He's not moving up with the Zerglings yet. Vorty is forced to pull a lot of probes to block this. 6 probes. Yeah, if you need to pull 6 probes to make a wall, your wall isn't very good. Something's wrong. Anyway, looks like Zergboy's going to move out now. Now that speed is done. Is he still adding more Zerglings onto this? He is. He's adding a lot of Zerglings. He's going to be he's going to look to do a lot of damage with this attack. And he needs to do a lot of damage because he does not have a lot of drones. He has like 9 drones this late into the game. And he's going to go for it. I'm pretty sure this isn't tight. And there's a lot of not tightness in this. And the Zerglings are just going to go for the cannons. Zerglings do a lot of damage to the cannons, and they take out both of them. Oh, he pulled like 7 probes to try to block it, and 7 probes was not enough. Oh, Vorty made a pretty bad wall, and the Zerglings are going to try to focus on the pylon. I don't think they're going to quite get it before the Zealot gets out. Oh, right, the Zealot does get out, and they're now able to finish off the pylon, so the gateway will be empowered for the second Zealot to come out. And these speedlings are going to be very annoying in trying to snipe probes. He can definitely get a couple more, and he's continuing to rally in more. There are 4 more on the way that bring it up to 7. That's enough to deal with the Zealots. And he's throwing down 2 more pylons. He can't build any more cannons until those pylons are done. And he's taking out a lot of probes. The Zealots managed to stay alive, but he's sacrificing so many probes to do it. And oh no, the Zealot ran too far away and was not able to save the drone buddies, and that probe is just acting like a trooper with 3 kills. Oh no! This is actually a huge mistake considering how many probes he killed. That's like 1/5 of his entire economy. Okay, he fixes it. Good. I don't know how long he had those not mining. But more Zerglings coming in for Zergboy, and Vorty is having a lot of trouble holding this off. There are 2 Zealots out now. These pylons are done, so he can start rebuilding cannons. But the Zerglings are fast enough to take out that cannon. No, it doesn't look like they're going to be able to quite take out this cannon before it finishes. Well, they're going to go for it. Nope. Are they going to head back into the main now? No, they're going to die. Vorty finally manages to create some kind of security here, but he's still in a bad position. 20 supply, and has to deal with this wall where there's a hole here, a hole here, a hole here, a hole here, and maybe a hole behind there. Ugh. Wow. And Zergboy is just going to follow it up with the weakest Hydra bust possible. Just like as Hydralisks as insanely fast as he can after 9 pools. Anyway, Vorty has stabilized, so he's going to continue with his normal build, getting the tech structures. He will need that soon. He probably won't have any tech out by the time the Hydralisks arrive, so he's going to rely on Zealots and Cannons. We'll see how good his micro is. How close is that range to being done? Range is now done on the Hydralisks. And is he going to get speed, or is he just going to let them be slow Hydralisks? They are just going to be slow Hydralisks. It looks like Zergboy has no intention of droning up behind this. He's just going to continue to flood units and going to put it all on the line. One attack. Cannons are morphing in. It looks like both of those cannons will be in time, but range is done, and range should be able to hit the pylon and possibly the forge. Definitely the gateway if he wants to go up that high. Zergboy's going to scout out what kind of defenses are there. And throwing down a core as a part of the wall, why not at this point? Throwing down a second cannon in the main, he doesn't need cannons there. Not going to help him a lot. And here comes the bust. Zergling Hydralisk bust. Going to focus on the Zealots first. Zealots pull away at a very nice time to keep them both alive. Oh no, they both die. 1 cannon goes down. 2 cannons go down. Only 1 cannon left. 3 cannons go down. His only probes defending, and he's going to lose all of his probes. But Zerg's lost a lot, and he's not going to be able to reinforce very effectively because he has such a weak economy. 3 Hydralisks and 3 Zerglings going to focus down this pylon and stop and unpower that gateway, right? Oh, I don't know. You can't tell because he hasn't actually killed it yet. But I don't think that pylon reaches that gateway. He'll be able to stop Zealot production completely. But 1 more Zealot gets out. A little bit of Hydralisk micro is going to easily dispatch of that Zealot. And now he doesn't even need to take out the pylon. He can just focus on probes. All the probes going down. 7 supply. 6 supply. Vorty has left the game with no GG. Zerg Boy takes it. Oh dear. Eastern Europe ties it up 2-2. Alright, this is week 4, day 2 of Altitude Nation War. Sponsored by Altitude the Game. Here's our website, right there. On this very, very sexy overlay. If you haven't checked out their website yet, go do it. You can download the game for free. Oh, the score is 2-2, Eastern Europe versus Hungary. I'm waiting for a replay from AWA. So I don't know which set. Well, that's an interesting file name. All right. Close that one. Okay. Anyway, what I was trying to say was, if you haven't downloaded the game yet, go download it. It's really fast. You don't have to sign up for everything, and it's free. Just do it. Anyway, so because there are a lot of new people who have joined since Sales Cast ended, I figure I should re-explain why this match is so important. If Hungary wins and Poland loses, I don't know whether Poland lost or not because I wasn't watching Sales stream, but all of you should know. Don't spoil it. In case I actually want to watch it, or some other people want to watch it. If Hungary wins and Poland loses, Hungary and Poland will be tied. And this seems like it's going to come down to Hungary versus Poland for the second spot of this group. Because Russia's looking pretty strong. So, this is going to make a very interesting Hungary versus Poland game. Ace versus Technics, nice. But on the other hand, if Eastern Europe loses, I shouldn't type and talk at the same time. Now I forget the colors. Red and purple. Alright, red and purple. If Eastern Europe loses, then they will be mathematically eliminated from the playoffs of the Altitude Nation War, and they will be the first team eliminated. Kind of sad, but at the same time, they were in such a hard group, man. Hungary, Russia, Poland. That's ridiculous. So, Eastern Europe needs to win to keep their hopes of their playoff teams alive. Hungary needs to win to keep pace with Poland and not allow them to gain ground on them. And now we have Ace versus Technics, two of the better players from their respective teams. I think I forgot an H in Technics' name. Pretty sure that's how you spell Technics. Oh, the Shockwave says I missed the H in Technics' name. Boom. I have no way of proving it, but I actually did that before I looked at the chat. Yeah. Anyway. Ace went for a 9 pool? No. Ace went for an over pool. Ace went for an over pool. What will Technics do? Technics will go for a 12 pool. Technics will go for a 12 gas 11 pool. That's an interesting variation. So he's gonna have more than enough gas to begin with. Huh. Technics is doing something, and he's getting lots of gas to do it. Something's weird. Keep an eye on that. Anyway, Ace's gas just finishes now. Only gonna put 2 guys on gas. Meanwhile, Ace is gonna throw down the much earlier Expo. Okay, Technics is stockpiling a lot of gas. He's at a point where he has enough gas to simultaneously get lair and speed. That is what he's doing. Okay, so
This is a really interesting build. He's gonna get layer and speed exactly at the same time. So he'll have really fast Mutalisks, and his Zerglings will be pretty strong. But right now he doesn't actually have any Zerglings of his own, but here they are. So his Zerglings will be out. They should be able to defend against Aces pretty easily. Ace went for a bit interesting build of his own, considering that he went Overpool into really fast Expo. That was not terribly common, and had to sacrifice the gas. Very intriguing. Now Technics is throwing down the in-base hatchery. Now I would say that he's going Huck style, because Huck style is throw down the in-base hatchery and then spam lots and lots and lots and lots of Zerglings. But he still might be doing that. Just throwing down a few Mutalisks, and then once he can't afford Mutalisks anymore, spamming lots and lots and lots and lots of Zerglings. We'll have to see. Ace, in the meantime, taking his build a such an hatchery at the natural, as we saw, well, it's pretty clear why you build a hatchery at the natural rather than in your base. He will have gas, so he can make Mutalisks, because you cannot produce Mutalisks off of 2 hatcheries with only 1 gas. You need that second gas. And Ace actually has a lot of Zerglings right now, more than Technics. Technics is going to have to get a really nice arc here. I think Ace still has more. He's getting in more reinforcements. The Technics can be able to reinforce. He's going to force Technics to build Zerglings and not be able to save up larva for the Mutalisks. The Spire's getting close enough to that timing that these Zerglings are actually detracting from the Mutalisks. He has enough gas. He's going to have enough gas to produce 6 of them, but not the larva to. So Ace is doing some good damage in that regard, and he's continuing to stream in length. Spire's still a way off, but lots and lots of lings coming out. He's just going to get the Evo Chamber, and he's actually going to go for the attack now. Good sunken position means that Ace isn't really going to be able to break in, it looks like. Yeah, Ace is going to throw away all of his Zerglings and get a lot of Zergling kills of his own, but that sunken colony did so much damage. And Technics is going to be relatively fine. Ooh, he kept a few of them back so that he could wait for Technics to get out of position and then go for more drone kills. I think he only picked up 1, though. Yes, he only picked up 1. So that was a very cute move, but didn't quite work out. But as I said, Technics could not produce Mutalisks. He wasted minerals on Zerglings he didn't want to, and he wasted larva on it. So he only has 3 Mutalisks out at the moment. Or now he has 3 Mutalisks out. And he's gonna spend the time to attack the Overlords instead of going directly towards Ace's base. Ace is going to have some spore colonies up in time though, for when those Mutalisks get here. Just barely though. He probably wouldn't have had them in time if Technics had gone directly towards the main or towards the natural. And now it's 18 supply compared to 17 for Ace, with a pretty even tech. The difference being that Ace has this expansion. Once he's able to populate it, he'll be in a pretty good position. A couple pairs of Scourge out. We'll see how good Technics' Mutalisk Micro is. Theoretically, he should be able to one-shot him. 27 damage per, and the Scourge only have 25 health, but it's rather difficult. Boom. Alright, Technics' keyboard and mouse stopped working. What an unfortunate circumstance that is. I don't know how you managed to type or pause if your keyboard and mouse is not working, but he figured it out. And Technics eats 2 of them and kills 2 of them. Not terribly good with that. But he's amassing more Mutalisks. What is Ace's Mutalisk flock looking like? It is non-existent. The first 2 are on their way. Ace is significantly behind with his Mutalisks, despite the fact that he has access to this gas, but he really hasn't been able to populate. He has a relatively small drone count for being on 2 bases. But Technics is going to apply a lot of pressure with these Zerglings. And this is essentially Huck style. Build some Mutalisks as much as you can, but then just hope to overwhelm them with Speedlings. This is the goal. And that spore colony is going to be preventing Technics from really moving in here. Run by not terribly successful. But it's really coming down to that spore colony. If he's able, and Ace in fact put the Overlord over it so that Technix couldn't focus fire it down. But if Technix is able to get some Zerglings in to kill the spore colony, there's nothing that's going to stop. There's nothing that's going to stop Technix from being able to take out that base. In the meantime, Technix is droning a little bit. Interesting. Getting a couple extra drones is going to allow him to actually pump Zerglings. I'm not sure if he had enough drones to use all of his larva pumping Mutalisks and Zerglings consistently off of only one base. I'm not exactly sure how that math works out. But Technix now getting a little bit better with Mutalisk micro picking off 2 Scourge. It looks like we're going into a little bit of a stalemate here. Technix is having a harder and harder time really poking in because he has to deal with Mutalisks and then the spore colonies rather than just spores, not to mention the Scourge. At the same time, Ace is going up against an increasingly large Mutalisk flock, and he really can't push out. And this is the makings of a hive-tech situation. This is how it starts. Anyway, I'm trying to figure out what Technix's plan is. Because the Kyuk style is to not transition. You just keep building Mutalisks. That is the goal in life, and you just keep building it. But he was building drones, which means he's probably planning for something a little bit different as a follow-up. He might be planning to expand at some point. I'm not quite sure. We're going to have to wait and see exactly what his plan is. 32 supply for Ace compared to 44 for Technix. Technix's Mutalisk flock is getting out of control compared to Ace's. But Ace now has the gas. He can counter with his own Mutalisks. He will be able to match Mutalisk production coming up very soon. Sorry. I was thinking to myself, completely unrelated. I know that if you have like half a Zergling, it doesn't count towards your supply. But if you have half a Zergling and half a Scourge, does that count towards your supply? I don't know. I don't know if they add up like that. Anyway, Technix is now going in for a Ling attack, but Ace has enough Mutalisks that it's not really going to work without Technix's own Mutalisk support, and Technix can't bring his own Mutalisks because of the Scourge and the Spores. Alright. Look over my chat and see nothing but some language I don't understand, which I don't know what language that is. I would guess either Macedonian or Croatian, because one person is from Macedonia, one person is from Croatia, but it could be Greek, because Macedonians could speak Greek. It could be Hungarian, because Croatians could speak Hungarian. I don't actually know what the language breakdown looks like from that region. It is 2v2 because of forfeits. Well, it's 2v2 because one of the replays got messed up, so I didn't actually show Pass's win, but Pass beat Capio. And then Pez beat somebody, but didn't send in his replays. And per Altitude Nation War rules, that means he loses. So that explains the 2 sets I didn't cast. And that is why it is 2v2. Oh man, that's a fearsome Mutalisk flock. And I'm trying to figure out what Ace's plan is here. What are the upgrades looking like? 0-0 for Ace, really. Compared to 0-0 for Technix. Neither player getting the upgrades. And actually, Ace is going to go for a little bit of an attack, but the attack draws him away from his own spore colonies. Technix not doing a good job microing against the Scourge, and I think that was Technix's plan to try to draw Ace away from the spore colonies, but combined with the losses he took in the draw away, and the fact that he wasn't microing against the Scourge, Ace came out ahead despite having smaller Mutalisk numbers. And, that could be a huge mistake by Technix. That was his big advantage, and now that advantage is lost, he hasn't been able to set up this base yet, so he won't be able to quite produce on the same level. But he might not be able to catch up. 26-32, he's still a little bit ahead in supply, but he was ahead by like 20 or 15, and now he's not. For the record, to talk away, I don't actually mind the non-English. So if you're more comfortable in whatever language that was, go for it. But I have to keep looking at the chat just to make sure that I didn't actually kill this entire stream for some reason. Not really good micro. I think he took like 3 out of 4 hits there. Anyway, the difference in the supply right now looks like is just in Zerglings. Yeah, Technics has a lot of Zerglings out on the field, and Ace has none. So, I don't know, Zerglings versus Mutalisks. Usually you need at least some Zerglings to win a Zergling versus Mutalist, to win as the Mutalist player versus in Zerglings versus Mutalisks, but that's enough Mutalisks. You can start doing some serious damage. I don't know. Will Ace build Zerglings of his own, or will he just build Mutalisk's Scourge? He's not going to build Zerglings of his own. So Technics, this is a very scary force, because there are no Sunkens here. So it's really going to force Ace to stay at home with his Mutalisks if he ever wanted to attack, meaning that Technics does not need to build Spore Colonies of his own. And that is the Yuck style in essence. It's have about equal Mutalisk numbers, but have a lot more Zerglings. And then when they mess up a little bit with their Mutalisk placement, or they trade and they have just a couple of Mutalisks overall, wipe them out with lots and lots of Speedlings. Well, it would appear that neither player is going to go Hive. If they wanted to go Hive, they probably would have done it by now. $61 supply compared to 42. Technics is starting to rocket ahead in supply. Technics does have the advantage that he does have 3 hatcheries, because he had his expansion down really late, but he still has that second in-base hatchery. So 3 versus 2 means that he can pump out a lot more. Is that armor 2? Looking for Mutalist to click on. No, it's still armor 1. Did he cancel it? I'm pretty sure he canceled it at some point, because I thought he had started a while ago. Meanwhile, Ace is going for +1 attack upgrade, and he does need to go for the attack upgrade. Even though armor is better for the air versus air battle, he needs something to be able to kill Zerglings. So he needs to worry about more of the attack. Alright then. I think that was Scourge on Scourge. Yeah. I don't know. I think Ace needs to do something. Because he no longer has the advantage of having the second gas. And he's now behind in supply and just continuing to fall farther behind. He's now down 20 supply. And the 20 supply is in Zerglings. Zerglings don't mean that much in a Mutalisk versus Mutalisk battle. But if Ace isn't careful, he's going to fly his Mutalisks away and then come back after winning a fight and find out that his entire base is gone. Alright. Technics is going to take a third. Interesting that that he was doing essentially an all-in build, and now he's managed to out-expand Ace. Ace really cannot allow that to stand, and that's actually going to put a lot of pressure on Ace. He has to send his Mutalisks out to take out this Expo. He can't allow it to survive. At the same time, if he leaves, there will be a Zergling backstab, and the Zergling backstab will hurt. Pretty bad. So this is a I don't know if that's what Technics was planning to do with that move, but as I see it, it's a really savvy move to force your opponent to attack by expoing. getting the extractor very fast, because that's why you want it. That's why you want expos, just for the extractor. His armor has finished. He's now getting weapons. So a lot of Scourge. They don't look like they're pointing in the right direction. Like they were pointing this way, but they're kind of flying this way. Oh well. Ace now is going to throw down Sunken Colony. It's going to help a little. Not a lot against how many Zerglings there are out without Zergling support, but it'll be worth something. Actually, a lot of these Zerglings aren't actually for killing, they're just for scouting. But he has a nice big Mutalisk flock. 113 compared to 83. Ace is now down 30 supply. It just keeps ticking higher and higher, and it's going to be harder and harder for Ace to get back into this as he lets it go. He needs to make a move. That's a lot. Well, you know what? This space is going to kick in, and Ace is really... I think he waited too long. He's moving out now, and now he realizes that the Mutalisks are moving out. He's 98 supply compared to 134 supply blocked. So let's see how this battle goes, man. Theoretically, if you can avoid a lot of these Scourge hits, that's a difference of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 Mutalisks. Could be pretty big. But here comes Technix with his huge flock, and Ace does not dodge a lot of Scourge hits, and Technix does not dodge a lot of Scourge hits. A 1-1 versus 1-0. Actually, Technix somehow has weaker upgrades despite starting them sooner than Ace's. Will it matter? Is Technix going to be able to win with his overwhelming numbers, or will the upgrades for Ace prevail? It looks like Technix's superior numbers trump the fact that Ace had better upgrades. 86 to 53 supply, and Ace has issues now. He's going to be able to fall back because he does have the Spore Colonies, so he won't lose immediately. And now he's going to go for Hive, or at least a Queen's Nest. After you lose the fight? Seems a little bit late. I guess he does need to do something drastic to get back into the game, but I think, given how much time he sat in his base, he could have sacrificed about 4 Mutalisks for an Ensnare. Actually, technically going for a Hive of his own. Interesting that they both decided to go for it after the battle. Well, Technix really didn't cause the battle, and he was already getting it when the battle commenced, so he was already thinking Hive. But, I am rather puzzled by Ace's decision. Won't be for Queens, going for the Hive. Now, will it be for Devourers or for Defilers? These are generally the two options. You can either go ground or go air. Probably would be a bad decision for Ace to go air, just because he'd have to sacrifice a lot of his Mutalisks. He doesn't have that many. If I was to guess, I would say Technix will go for Devourers, and Ace will go for Defilers. Just a hunch. Well, is he getting crack? He's not getting crack. No. Where's your Hive Tech? Technix, there it is. It's a Greater Spire. Okay, so he will be going for Devourers. And it looks like he's going for a Ling attack. Not sure what that was about. He's not freeing up supply. Okay. And Ace is throwing down a lot of creep colonies around here. He's going to completely surround the Hive. Now will he also go for Devourers, or will he get the Defilers? Almost has enough gas. Ooh, I didn't notice that. His extractor is depleted. This one still has a bit of ways to go. That's going to be really big. To have 18, and this one will make 28 gas returns every time, or 26 gas returns every time compared to 10. Oh, technically he's going to have almost triple the gas intake as Ace. This is ugly. Now he's up double the supply. But not quite. Now he's over double the supply. Okay. And here are the Devours. You don't want too many Devours. There's some dissension about exactly how many Devours you want. I've seen everywhere from a 1 to 2 ratio of Mutalist Devours, which is way too much Devour. It cut all the way down to like 1 to 10, which isn't quite enough. I like 1 to 4 personally. 1 to 4, 1 to 5 is what I like to see Zergs go for. But it looks like Tectus is now ready to bring out his Doom army. 4 Devours compared to about 24 Mutalisks-ish. Kind of hard to tell with the stack. So I think Technic should have gotten a few more, in my opinion, but it's not going to matter at all. He could probably have attacked without Devours and still won this. Ace is also going for some Devours, and he has it actually looks like he's getting 5. So even more Devours than Technics, and significantly more percentage of his Mutalist composition. So 1 Devour goes down to Scourge. I guess it's only 4. No, it is 5. So 5 compared to 2. Ace is going to have a lot more Devours, but Devours don't do a lot of damage. They just allow Mutalists to do a lot of damage. 72 compared to 161. Technics now has double plus 20 supply. And it's kind of weird saying it in ZVZ, but once they trade armies, Technics is going to be able to remax a lot faster. Alright. Really? Really, Ace? God damn it. You really made us sit here through like 25-minute DBZ? Didn't even bother to attack? I mean, we kind of all knew you lost. You knew you lost as soon as you lost that big attack. But you're the one who wanted to drag it on another 15 minutes. Son of a bitch. Alright, I'm rooting for Technics now. AWOL sent me the replay, but now it isn't available. Oh, there, now it's available. I don't know why it wasn't, but it is now. Putting it in the folder. And 1 level up. Okay. AWOL is fine if you're listening in. Game 2. I don't know who spelled that, but they spelled game wrong. I may be pretty bad with my spelling, but I'm not quite that bad. Alright. So we have switch colors this time around. Technics will be the purple Zerg. And Ace will be the red Zerg. Alright. Making the Hungarian flag. I think the Hungarian flag is actually green on top, but whatever. So, this is set 2. Oh, Ace, man. Ace. I don't have much to say, man. It's CBZ. You know what's up. You've been playing for a while now. Alright. Interesting to see if Technic goes for the same build again. I think it's kind of a one-trick pony. It's pretty cheesy. It's the light variety of cheese. So it's not like super heavy Gouda cheese or like Swiss cheese, but it's kind of like the cheese that comes with nachos at a sporting event. It's kind of like cheese. It's cheese-like. The stuff you dip nacho chips into, it's not really cheese, but it shares many similar properties with cheese. And that's pretty much the Yuck build. It's like, it's pretty borderline between cheese and not cheese. And it looks like he's going to go for it again. Not quite the same order, though. Last time he went Geyser, he went Extractor, Pool, Hatchery. Now he's going Hatchery, Pool, Extractor. But he's going to go for the same general effect. A little bit more economic this way around, but a little bit slower. Meanwhile, Ace went for a 12 pool, it would appear. Yeah, it looks like he went for it. Might have been an overpool again. Anyway, he's not going to have many Zerglings on the field. Technics should be able to counter this pretty easily. As much as I would like to give Technics a free win, I'm not allowed to. I'm not a ref, I'm just a caster. It's like Joe Buck just like walking down on the field and giving the Mariners like a penalty. It can't happen, despite how mad he is. Nope, just a lowly caster. Anyway, similar layer timings. Actually, very similar layer timings. Aces is just a smidgen ahead. And what about the speed timings? Ace has the gas for the speed, but not the minerals quite yet. Now he has the minerals. It appears he's not going for speed. Okay, he's not going to go for speed. Interesting. Technics is going to have... It's actually a pretty large number of Zerglings. Ace sees it with this Overlord. He's throwing down a Sunken Colony here. This should be enough to win the battle straight up, but will not prevent a Speedling run by, which is very possible. How close is speed to being done? Speed's almost done. Ace still has not started his own speed, though. Uh-oh. Ace could be in a bit of trouble here. I would respond to that in the chat by saying, I only get to play that card once. And I could be a lot more angry than I am now about something. So I will hold off on playing my I'm going to decide how a match goes card, because I don't think I'm going to be a caster again after that. And this probably is not worth it. I enjoy being a caster. Anyway, that's a lot of lings. Ace, not quite as many lings. It's a very nice arc, though. It's going to force Technics to eat a lot of sunken hits. And I wonder how many Technics is going to build up before it goes. He's not actually reinforcing this anymore, so it might be just waiting for these last two. And then he's going to pull back. Okay. Fire is now finishing for Technics. Aces is just a smidgen behind that. So, gonna have Mutalisk around the same time. Ace is not able to populate the space, so he will not be will not receive the benefit of the extra gas. They're essentially on even footing when it comes to Mutalisk, but Technics has more Zerglings at the moment, and is Technics is gonna take his natural, and to do that, he's not going to make any Mutalisks. He's going to make a lot of Scourge. Now that is a risky play against Ace, who has some of the most immaculate Mutalisk micro out there. It's pretty risky to build lots of Scourge. But it's working. Kinda. Gets one. Anyway, it's kind of the feeling of like when I'm watching a DBZ, or when I was watching a DBZ a year ago, and Jadong was playing. Oh, that was a mistake. Using 3 Scourge on the Overlord. He did not mean to do that. I'm not even sure he meant to attack it at all. But certainly didn't mean to use 3. Anyway, I feel similar to how I used to feel watching Jadong play DBZ. Where the opponent would build Scourge, and it's like, why are you bothering to build Scourge? You're just going to kill them all. When was the last time you see Jadong get hit by a Scourge? And then he doesn't get hit by a Scourge. And then the person loses, because he doesn't have enough Mutalisks. And it's the same way I feel about building Scourge against Ace. But, I can't use that analogy anymore, because Jadong isn't so good anymore. He's still good DBT. But, his other matchups are nowhere near the godlike level that they once were. Anyway, Ace still has not taken his gas. That's a huge issue, actually. Technically, he's going to be able to have a lot more Mutalisks out. Ace might be forced to build Sunkens. Or Spores, I mean. Because he's only really producing Mutalisks off of one hatchery. Essentially, this hatchery cannot produce Mutalisks. Now getting an Extractor. So, he will be able to counter that. Good, he really needed that. Well, what are the Zergling numbers looking like? 2... I think they're Cycle Supply, probably. 48 to 46, so pretty even. But Technics with an extra hatchery. Any upgrades for either player yet? Not quite. So rather even, with the difference being there is this hatchery. Looks like he's going to pick up some free Zerglings. Where's Technics' Scourge? There they are. And I can't tell what happened. Too much explosion. I'm pretty sure like half of them died, half of them hit. Oh man, that was some beautiful cloning by Technics, and Ace eats the butt end of that. He does kill off a lot of Zerglings, but that's certainly not an exchange he wanted to do. 41 supply compared to 40. He was up 2, and now he's down 1. But more importantly, he lost Mutalisks. And 2 supply of Mutalisks is a lot more important than 2 supply of Zerglings or 2 supply of Scourge. Well, 2 supply of Scourge is about equal to 2 supply of Mutalisks. 200 or 100 100 compared to 50 150. Yeah, probably 2 supply of Scourge is better than 2 supply of Mutalisks. Anyway. Still no upgrades. Doesn't actually have enough money for upgrades. Excuse me. Huh. So it looks like we're both just gonna sit here for a little while. Technics isn't actually able to make any more Mutalisks than Ace because 2 hatcheries pretty much eat up all the gas from two extractors. So the extra hatchery doesn't help Technics get any farther ahead in that regard, unless he was to just make a lot of Scourge. Then that extra hatchery would come into effect. Oh, right. I forgot next is the 2v2. Doesn't seem like I can cast on that one. Anyway. Excuse me. That was a lot of Scourge. That must be painful. Because those Zerglings have been still for like the past 6 minutes. Just like completely frozen. Have you ever tried to stand still for 6 minutes? It's hard. There's not even an inch. Nope, more replays. Alright, now both players are getting their air carapace upgrades. This game, Ace does not need to get the ground upgrade first because he doesn't have to deal with big gurgling numbers. Or rather, it's not that he doesn't have to deal with big Zergling numbers, it's that his Zerglings are going to be able to counter these other guys' Zerglings. 71 supply compared to 74. Technics getting just slightly more ahead, but not by much. I wonder how you decide who makes the first move in this situation, because they're both even. And whoever goes and attacks has a little bit of a disadvantage because they won't be able to reinforce as fast. And the other person will probably get 2 extra Mutalisks out by the time. So there's really no reason for either one of them to make a move. I wonder how you decide this. Well, I guess that kind of decides it. Ace is going to make an expansion. That will catapult him ahead if Technics allows it to live. The question is, will he be able to scout it? It's kind of hard to scout. But he has enough scourges. He should be constantly checking to see if there are expos down there. And the Mutalisks are just slowly creeping forward. It's like doing a siege push with his Mutalisks. Except for his Mutalisks don't have siege modes, so they just sit there. But here they go. He somehow knew about this expo, and he's going to be able to kill all the Zerglings here. And where's Ace's flock? Here they are. How will this engagement go down? Technics and Mutalisks are a bit spread out. That's not what he wants to do, and that is so many Scourge from Technics. The cloning went pretty well for him, and I can't tell, because Ace's Mutalisks are a bit more tightly clumped than Technics. So it looks like Technics has more, but Ace is denser. It's going to be close either way, pretty much an even trade, which makes sense considering that they had almost even supplies. But no, Technics pulls it out. No, Technics going to run away despite the fact that there was 4-2. I guess pretty even overall is what I'm trying to say. But Zerglings are going to come in and take out this hatchery before the Sunken Colony can finish. It's a good use of the Zerglings. And now it is 43 supply compared to 63 from Technics. How did he sprint ahead that much? I don't know. It was like they traded armies like 1 for 1, and then Technics is up 20 supply. Maybe I don't understand DVD as well as I thought I did, but I thought when you take away 10 from one guy, 10 from other guys should be like the same supply gap, not fucking 20 different. Anyway, these Mutalisks are going to once again cancel this hatchery. And Ace doesn't have a lot of stuff. Now down 30 supply. He's going to send some links up to try to take out this base if it was here, but Technics actually never expanded. He might have to back Maryland's. No, he didn't. He was just sending a drone up in that general direction. And he's pumping out, and Technics is pumping out so many more Mutalisks. Where's the battle going on? More Zerglings coming in the front. Well, it looks like they are going to be able to just take out this Sunken Colony and then do some pretty good damage to the drones. Where are Ace's Mutalisks? Not defending his natural, that's for sure. And those Zerglings are going to be able to take out the Sunken Colonies, take out a bunch of drones, take out the Spore Colony before finally being killed. And Ace, 64 supply compared to 29, more than double. And Technics just rocketed ahead of Ace. I don't know where that initial, I don't know where that 15 supply difference came from immediately after that battle. Did Ace forget a round of production, maybe? Is that the difference? I'm not sure. Anyway, he's going to throw down a lot of creep colonies. He's going to make some into Sunken, some into Spores, but I don't think they're going to finish morphing in time to be able to deal with this attack. Maybe if he micros the Mutalisks really well to delay the damage, but probably not. Mutalisks are just coming in and destroying everything. There's a lot of Spore colonies, though. He might be able to just hold off with 3-4 colonies. I think Technics needs to pull out, maybe? It's close. No, the Zerglings are going to make the difference in this battle, and GG from Ace. Technics with a huge upset for Team Eastern Europe. Brings it to 3... I have to put the 3 here. Brings it 3-2. And Eastern Europe could win it with the very unpredictable 2v2. Ooh. That'd be one hell of an upset. Eastern Europe over Hungary. I can say both of these right now. I don't know why I'm putting him in that folder, but I am. Doesn't make a difference. Alright. Let's load up next replay. Into the 2v2. Now we have Pez versus Ace. And Technics versus Infected. Okay. So Ace versus Technics again. Interesting. Pez. And Technics versus the only guy... I think he's like one of the only guys who have all caps. Infected. I think the only people with like all caps are Infected and Te from Team Germany. The only people I remember. Anyway, I need to set the colors now. Purple, orange for Hungary. Red, yellow for Eastern Europe. Red and yellow. Okay, got the black versus purple and orange. Orange. Okay, so we have, I forget already, we have Pez as the Terran and Ace as the Zerg versus, oh, this is the one I actually needed to check, Technics as the yellow Zerg, Infected as the red Zerg, right side versus left side. Right side versus left side. Alright. I do not know Hungarian, so I actually can't decipher their code. Okay. So Ace is not going to go for the typical 9 pool. He's going to go for a 12 pool, a little bit more economic, which is interesting considering that his ally is Terran, which isn't able to get a lot of units out onto the field quickly. Usually, it's more important to go 9 pool in that situation. Anyway, Infected goes for a 9 pool, and really. Technics goes for a 12 hatch, which is rare in a lot of situations, but with a ZZ team, you can do that. Have one person go... Wait. He's at 10 out of 9 supply. That was not a 12 hatch. That was a 9 hatch. Okay. I'm gonna... Just like, for all intents and purposes, I'll say it's a 12 hatch. Just a more economic build. And that can work as a ZZ team to have one person go 9 pool, one person go for a hatch first build, and then you can kind of defend the hatch first build until you get to the point where the hatch first build can defend himself, and it works out in that way with some good teamwork. But both players are taking their naturals, which is really rare. There are plenty of 2v2 games where the naturals aren't taken at all, just because they're really hard to defend. You really would rather have that ramp. So, Pez and Ace are going to have to put some pressure on rather quickly, because if they allow both of those expos to go up, they're going to be vastly behind. Anyway, looks like the first attack will be going towards, Pez. Ace doesn't have much to reinforce Pez. Let's see how good this wall is. That can't be tight, but there are a lot of Marines there. But looks like Team Eastern Europe's going to back off. How fast are they going for Mutalisks? Both of them going for Mutalisks rather quickly. Interesting. In the last 2v2, we saw some interesting one player goes Mutalisk, one person goes Hydralisk type ZBZ. So that is also a possibility, but I probably would have seen the Oh, there it is. Okay. But he got the lair first before the Hydralisk dead, which means that he's going for Lurkers. No, he's canceling it. Never mind. Taking it all back. Ace, on the other hand, is not going for Mutalisks. He is just going to power Zerglings, and he actually has a lot more Zerglings than either Technics or Infected. It might be like the same number as both of them combined, because he's just been making lots and lots of Zerglings, and he's going to go for it now. Will his ally help him out? Looks like not. Still waiting for Stim. Actually just started Stim. Not taking that Expo yet. Well, Ace is going to try to do this alone. That's a lot of links from Technics, but nowhere near to match the number of Ace. He really needs his buddy Infected to come and help him out here, because otherwise he's going to lose pretty quickly here. Actually, not as badly as I thought it was going to be, but Ace is still going to have larger Ling numbers, and Technics might be able to work his way out with some good drone micro, but he really should just be getting help from his ally, and here he comes. Kind of. Anyway, next round of Lings come out for Ace, and that one's going to be much more effective. More Lings are popping, though, but they're trying to retreat up the ramp, not able to get out. Oh no, a lot of these Lings are dying for free at this point. And here comes Pez's army now. It's a pretty strong force against pure Zergling. And that hatchery is going to go down. The reinforcements from the Infected did not get there in time. Yeah, I'm not sure even if they synced up their attack that it'd be enough. Where are the Mutalisks? Spire just finishing now for both players, and Mutalisks are just starting. But the anti-air with the Marines is going to be enough to protect the attack. Will they be able to defend their own bases? Ace has been throwing down spores in time. No anti-air for Pez, though. He's going to have to watch that. But right now, that is a huge force to have to deal with, even with Mutalisks. There are some links at the top of the ramp, but it might not be enough. There aren't Sunkus at the top of the ramp, which is really what would have helped in this situation, but he didn't have a third hatchery to throw down there. And now Ace is very happy about seeing the Mutalisks. This is usually why one player goes for Zerglings, the one player goes for Mutalisks, so that you don't die to Zerglings. Because honestly, Ace probably could have taken out this base on his own. His ally helped him, just like make it so it wasn't even close, but anyway, he's flying his Mutalisks away, but he's going to be eliminated. So that actually doesn't matter. And GG from Technics. And Infector's going to GG too. Alright. Team Hungary. 1-0. I put it in here. Now we have brown and red versus orange and yellow. Okay, this one needs to be yellow. And change that to black. This needs to be red, and this one needs to be brown. Brown. Alright. So, this is Ace. He is yellow. This is Pez. He is orange. I forget the other two. Except this is Infected. He is brown. This is Technics. He is red. Bottom-ish? Bottom left, really. Versus top right. Bottom left, top right. That's what we need to remember here. Okay. Now, this is my first Hungary cast, so I don't know who Hungary normally sends as a 2v2 team, but I know that Infected versus, not Infected versus, but Infected and Technics are the standard 2v2 team for Eastern Europe. And I don't think Infected actually plays a 1v1 matchup, so I think that Technics and Infected put in a bit of time practicing their 2v2 stuff. We'll see what they're able to do together. They're not talking to each other. Could be because they're talking using microphones. Could be because they actually just hate each other and don't want to even make words. Much more likely the former than the latter. But you never know, man. Anyway. So. Let's see if these guys are as greedy as they were before. Well, Technics is going to go for a 12 hatch. Not the 9 hatch, but a 12 hatch nonetheless. Excuse me. Infected going for a 9 pool, so it's looking rather similar to how last game started. And Ace is getting a 9 pool of his own. No, that was a 12 pool. Getting a 12 pool of his own. I think that's what he did last time, if I'm not mistaken. So right now the only thing that needs to happen to set up exactly what we had last game is Infected takes an early Expo, which was a really odd decision last time, and it cost the team because they really didn't have enough stuff to stop loss of Lings. But no, it does not look like Infected is going to take his natural this time around, just going to pump Lings. I think that's a good decision. And Ace's Lings are going to pop in time, so it's not going to be an issue. Meanwhile, it's kind of a funky wall, but with SCVs, should be fine. Actually, should be just about done. Indeed it is. Nice timing. That is a very fast evolution chamber. That evolution chamber is fast enough to think it's for +1 and not for spores. Because there's no way Ace could have anywhere close to a Spire, and he's actually scouting to see that he didn't go for a super fast Spire. So will it be for +1? Indeed it is! Huh. An oddity among 2v2s, going for the very fast +1. +1 Lings tear through non-+1 Lings. But he's sacrificing a bit. He's sacrificing a bit to get it. So will that upgrade pay off? It certainly will in the long run, but will he last that long? Especially with going with a build that involved him not having a lot of stuff to begin with. His ally is putting pressure on Ace, so that's a really big issue. He doesn't have to worry for a while with Pez over there. It's going to be a while before Pez decides to push out. But if, in fact, he can hold Ace back, Technics will be able to get up his +1, and then his Lings will be godlike. Okay. Now that's kind of weird. That Technics is going to be the player who goes to lair first. He should be the player who wants to stick on Lings the longest. I really think that they kind of, well, it's weird because Technics has this extra gas, so him going Mulus makes sense. But at the same time, he got +1, so him going Zerglings makes sense. It's kind of weird. Anyway, Pez, meantime, getting stim, getting lots of barracks. Lair just finished. He has enough money for the Spire. He will probably throw that down, unless he's going for +2. That would be so cool if he's going for +2. No, he's going for the Spire. Aww. And now, well, Pez's Death Ball is ready. And that's very hard to beat with just Ling. especially adding in 3 fire bats. So, I guess the Zerg's timer's kind of done. They need to make something happen at this point. Spire's at 300. Not quite, but close enough. Is that a real word? That looked like a really hard word to say. And it doesn't seem like one of the words you can just like throw out like one word, just like one word, just like bleh. Anyway, that's a huge ling run by Technics, and they are +1, so they're going to be even more effective. And wow, those barracks are going to fall really quickly. Those barracks are going to fall really quickly. Oh, he lifts them, but they're all on fire, and the SCVs aren't going to be able to repair them anytime soon. Looks like both players are going to try to take out this ling pressure, but he's going to lose a lot of SCVs. He's forced to lift the command center even. His entire base is flying. Not the engineering base, but everything else. And those lings are going to do massive damage to the worker. Oh no. A very nice move. Excuse me. A very nice move by Technics to do a lot of damage. And also to force Pez to pull all of his units back. Because that force was going to be very hard for either one of the Zergs to hold off. But he's going to delay it a lot. And all of these are on fire. I don't know if he realizes that. If he was allow all of them to burn down, that'd be a huge mistake. Let's see if he brings an SCV to repair some of them. Oh no! Oh, that's gonna be the worst feeling in the world. You're like, you're microing your Marines around trying to avoid Zerglings, shooting at Mutalisks, and then you go back to your base and all of your barracks are gone. And it's like, what? There's nothing on the mini map, and it's like, oh, they burned down. We'll see, man. Anyway, attack on Ace's base, kills a lot of the drones, but not going to die outright. He is repairing one of the barracks, so I think he realizes it. It's gonna be... Okay, yeah, he realizes they're all on fire. Okay, good. Alright, Ace is gonna have a lot of problems here, dealing with this many lings, and he only has 5 drones right now. He's forced to use all of his money to drone almost, just to try to get back into this game, but there are so many lings right now. Oh, the sunken colony is doing a lot of damage, but just not enough. And only 2 drones left. And no sunken. And that's going to be GG. Tying it up. Eastern Europe, 1 game to save the season. Compared to Hungary, who probably needs to avoid suffering one of the biggest upsets. I guess if you combine it if you look at Hungary as a whole, nobody expected Team Hungary to be 1-3 to open the season. 1-3 for Hungary? Even given the fact that they're in a hard division. That's not what you would expect. Alright. I don't have the next replay. We're going to wait a little bit. So, what maps are left? We did Othello, and we did Icarus. So that means Fighting Spirit, Circuit Breaker, and Neo Beltway. So, we have Fighting Spirit, which everybody knows. We have Circuit Breaker, which is Fighting Spirit in space. And we have Neo Beltway, which is a little bit funky. Well, Dan Numbers guy, who's done a lot of good work for some other tournaments. Cool stuff you did, Dan Numbers guy. Was bringing up how Technics could afford all of that stuff. 3 hatches and Mutalisks and and a Spire. I think the real difference is the fact that he went 12 hatch, and the other 2 Zergs went 9 pool. And the 12 hatch, once he fully saturated it, he was at double the economy of the other 2 Zergs. So it kind of makes sense that he was able to do more. It didn't make a lot of sense to begin with, but once you think about it, yeah, that 12 hatch There's a reason that Zergs go 12 hats normally. It's really good. Alright, here we go. Eastern Europe playing for their playoff lives at this point. It's still kind of a long shot, but as long as there is a hope. Alright, so we have Pez is white. I already forget what color Ace is. Ace is purple. We have one of them is blue and one of them is teal. I'll check later. Oh, missed teal. Alright. There's some really calm colors. White, purple, dark blue, turquoise. You don't have any of like the reds or the yellows or the oranges. They're just very, very mellow 2v2. Apparently there's some issues. Don't know what's up with that. Anyway, I'm gonna check which one is which. Blue is Technics, top position. Infected is Teal, bottom position. Purple is Ace, also bottom position. And Pez is the Terran. Right side versus left side. I did it right that time. Yeah. I wasn't even thinking about it. It's just like wherever my mouse starts, so that one's going to be the right side. So luckily I had my mouse on the right side to begin talking about the right side. But anyway, looks like the map is Fighting Spirit. Somehow I'm not surprised. I'm actually kind of surprised that it wasn't picked at the beginning, because it's Fighting Spirit. Everybody wants to play on Fighting Spirit. It's just what happens. Anyway, once again, Infected's gonna go 12 hatch. Or rather, one of the Eastern Europe players is gonna go 12 hatch. No way. What? Double 12 hatch. It's double 12 hatch, and one of the hatches is like significantly ahead of the other one. I don't know how that happened. Apparently somebody goofed. But, really? Double 12 hatch? Alright, let's see it, man. Pez and Ace need to win the game like right now. Because if they let a double 12 hatch go, they're not going to be able to deal with it. Probably. I don't know about the first one, but the first one was a little bit different because it wasn't double 12 hatch. It was like a 9 pool into a really fast expo. Anyway, alright. I guess technically he's gonna cancel his. I wonder if that's part of the plan. Maybe he's just like, well, we're both gonna go 12 hatch, and then whichever one of us is attacked, we'll just cancel that one. And then still one of us can go 12 hatch. Anyway, but actually technically going to lose kind of a lot here. His drones are running away from the sunken colonies. That's kind of an issue. He already lost 2, and I think he's only killed 1 Zerglin so far. Here comes... It looks like Pez is going to get into the action really early this time around. Bringing in his very first couple Marines. He's going to need to be really careful about not dying to link counterattack. Taking out the Overlords, that's supply blocked. That is supply blocked. And he hasn't even started the next Overlord. He actually has no larva to start the next Overlord. He can be supply blocked for a while. Anyway, it's unclear as to what Infected plans on doing. He has kind of free reign. But it looks like Ace is actually going to change his targets. Texas has thrown down too many sunken colonies, so he's going to change his aggression towards Infected. Infected only has 1 down. Is that going to be enough to deal with all of Ace's links? I'm not sure. Meanwhile, Pez pulls back his first 2 Marines. Doesn't want to accidentally lose them. and they're very vulnerable all alone, and there are a lot of lings in the middle of the map. I think combined Eastern Europe is going to be better than Ace, yes. Oh, wow, by a lot. In fact, an Ace is going to lose all of his lings. Ooh, no. Ace is actually looking rather vulnerable. He has 2 Sunkens and a couple lings. I'm pretty sure that means I have no lings. I'm gonna guess. This 2 Sunkens gonna be enough. I'm not sure. This is a lot of lings, and these are rallying in more. Here comes Pez's army. It's not very strong. Apparently Ace really wants them to have fire bats. He needs to send them back until he gets some. That army could have been easily surrounded, so Ace didn't want that to happen because that would be really devastating. And at the moment, it looks like Eastern Europe doesn't quite have enough to break double Sunkens, so they're going to pull back. But it's fine if Eastern Europe pulls back because they have more hatcheries. Well, not quite. One of them has 2 hatcheries. One of them only has 1. And I guess the real wild card here is Pez, because Pez has this big, very slow force. What will he do with it? And will he manage to get it not surrounded by this and this? Uh-oh. Is it going to be a sandwich? Oh, no. Oh. In fact, it's coming a little bit too late. In fact, it's coming just a little bit too late, but it might not matter. There are so many lings. So many lings and No, it does. Oh. He came just a second too late. As soon as all of Technic's lings died, then Infected went in. And now there are no lings total, and Ace can go for the counterattack. Oh no! Oh no! GG from Eastern Europe! Oh, don't attack Ling's Firebat. Or don't attack Firebat's lings. Hungary taking it to Ace! Taking it back from the brink. Oh, didn't want to go out. And they managed to pull the 2v2. Oh, man. Can Hungary come back? Can they avoid the upset? I don't know. I don't have the replay. Trying to get the replay. It will be on Neo Aztec. Well, technically... What? There's a technically in this. Hungary wouldn't have made a comeback. What? Alright. Okay. Well... That's anticlimactic. So, technically, Hungary should lose. They should lose 3-3 because Non didn't submit his replays. So not only does that win not count, but because we didn't know that he wouldn't submit his replays, there was no ace match played. So theoretically, Hungary was the reason there was no ace match played, so Hungary will lose. But apparently AWA has made the decision that there will be an ace match sometime later. It has been postponed. Wait, blah! I will show you exactly what I saw. This. I am getting this from AWA. What does this mean? I do not speak Hungarian, AWA. I don't. Okay. I understand okay. Okay is in every language. You say, no matter who you're talking to. That was a you're saying it wrong. Oh. Well, he's going to explain how I'm wrong, so I don't want you to see that. Oh! It's the other way around! Okay, apparently that the forfeit works in Hungary's favor, and they don't actually have to play an ace match. Wait. Oh! Okay. I got it. Just ignore the technical stuff. Forget all that. What matters is there is an ace match. It will be played later. It's all Pez's fault. It's all Pez's fault. That the ace match will be played later. That's what's up. Okay. So that means I'm done, right? I'm done? Apparently it's not Pez's fault. K1 not saying truth. I don't know what's going on. Okay, Awa says I'm done. You know what? I'm sorry, Pez. I have to trust Awa because Awa is the keeper of the replays. So if he says that there's no more replays, then for all intent and purposes, there is no more replays. He could be completely crooked and I wouldn't know about it, but I can't actually drive to Awa land, wherever he lives, and go and download replays from his computer. Okay, the ace match will be played Tuesday, 19 CET. I don't know who's casting it. Am I casting the ace match or is Sale casting it? Yeah, I want to cast. I mean, I'll cast anything you give me. But I mean, Sale's really good. Alright, sweet, I'm casting it! Oh, fuck, I might have school. I totally have school. Tuesday, 19 CET. Yeah. There's a reason I don't normally cast Tuesdays. I know I need a better mic. Cast it when I get home. Okay, so the match will be played at 19. I'll cast it when I get home. I'm not exactly sure when that is, but it'll probably be something... Oh, no. That day I get home really late for you guys. Like I get home 4 CET on Wednesday. So I get home at 7 my time. We'll work it out, man. There will be an ace match. I will be casting it. It will be sometime next week. This is what I know. Thanks to LCU Gaming for allowing me to make a fool of myself and not understand what's going on. Yeah. Seriously, that link. When there's no more games, just go to that link right now. Do it. Download their game. Even if you don't like it, just show that you are supporting them by downloading it. That's all they want from you. They just want you to give it a chance. Give it a chance. Alright, I'm out. Thanks for watching, everybody. See you guys later.